Just returning to another big story, we are tracking an army probe into the encounter which took place in Jammu and Kashmir, in the Shopian area of Kashmir. In fact, the army indicting its troops in this controversial encounter. The army admitting that the 3 people who were killed in an orchard were in fact labourers and not terrorists. Disciplinary action being taken. Nazir Masoodi joins us now for more on this. Nazir, this has moved fast in terms of an admission from the army. It augurs well for the sense of transparency that the armed forces have been talking about. But for the families, this is an incredibly devastating loss. You went to those villages. Tell us a little bit about these men.
Well, there were 3 cousins who set out from their home in Rajouri, which is in the Pir Panjal area of Jammu province, trekked the mountains to earn their living as laborers in Shopian. One had reached on the first week of July. 2 others reached on the 16th of July. On 17th of July, these 3 cousins were picked up by the army and from a rented place in Shopian, in Amshipora area of Shopian. Then in the night, they were killed in a staged encounter. We all believed they are militants because army said the weapons have been recovered. Army said that there was a gun battle. One brigadier officer, a level officer, he addressed a press conference, talked about how they got a specific information about presence of terrorists and they are unidentified terrorists, and gave the list of arms and ammunition which have been recovered from the site of encounter. So everybody believed the story, as we always report about the claims by police and the army. After some time, families from Rajouri, they were saying their 3 sons are missing. But nobody could say that their sons have actually been killed. But once the pictures of these 3 cousins surfaced on the social media, they being killed, their pictures of dead bodies, families said they are their children, they are their sons, they are not terrorists as claimed by the army. And as this was reported by the media, it came on social media, give credit to army as an institution, they say, we will investigate it. And they instituted a court of inquiry, and they gave several updates since last 1 month. And today they said that they have exceeded the powers army has under Armed Forces Special Powers Act, and they have acted in contravention to the Supreme Court rulings and also the do's and don'ts of the Chief of Army Staff. And they also said that the action is being initiated against the army officials involved in this encounter. We don't know who they are because one army major rank officer had filed FIR before the police saying they have killed 3 terrorists. But look at the irony. While army has acted very swiftly and honestly as well, the police has not come up with the findings of the DNA, this result, the DNA sample which would match the identity, forensically, which would match the identity of the dead people and their families. While all the samples, DNA samples of every militant who is not being identified is being taken, is being preserved, but then it has to be matched with the family. It was matched with the family, but for the last 1 month, families are waiting. Please tell us about the DNA samples. In fact, we asked the Director General of Police, yesterday as well. He said, we're waiting for that. But it has been a devastating for the 4 families from Rajouri who had sent their son to earn their living in Shopian.
No, absolutely shocking. And thanks very much, Nazir, for
passed off as terrorists.
Yeah, and fortunately, the truth has emerged. It's not one of those cases where the truth has gone missing for decades. And let's just hope that somehow there is a sense of closure for those families. But hopefully, action urgently against those who are responsible for this.